You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I do deliver that every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
You gotta love that. While the numbskulls are broadcasting, the cameras are moving. Hey, you got to see a nice picture of the ceiling, and maybe the ceiling's a better shot, Josh. I don't know. But let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I'm the consumer advocate. I'm the one looking out for you. And yes, I do have a great team. When it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-19. I'm going to have to change that even on our openings because we are spending so much time just in liability planning or liability advisor. So we might have to change the developing a financing plan to a liability advisory plan. Why do I say it that way? Well, I've been chatting even as early as this morning with folks about what their goals are, understanding their goals. So right now, well, as of about the middle of February, all lenders started adding the loan level price adjustment that Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac put in for second homes. And what's that mean to you? How do you interpret that? What do you use that for? Well, the issue is they're costing more money. There's this extra cost to the interest rate. So we have a family that just got a little bit of sticker shock because they haven't heard me talking about that before. Well, in their situation, they're conserving capital right now because they're looking to buy another piece of property. In a lot of situations, we're buying down the interest rate to get that lower rate for people. That's why it's called a liability advisor. You have to understand maybe just the lowest interest rate is not what's in the best interest, but most people are asking that question because that's the only question they understand. That's the only thing they understand about the loan process. What's the interest rate? Well, what are you trying to accomplish is really the question. Giving out an interest rate before getting the diagnosis is like a doctor giving out a prescription. Wouldn't it be crazy? Go to the doctor and you've got a problem with, my case, I have knee problems. So I go to the doctor and I say, hey, doc, I need some medicine I need a prescription. And he gives me an antibiotic. Well, it's not going to really help my knee at all. I need either a muscle relaxer or pain medicine. I just throw that out there for you. So just saying I want an interest rate is like asking for a prescription, but not knowing what you need it for. I digress. Let me get back on our celebration of the day because today's a good one. And our team, we've got we got no budget, but our team does a great job anyway. Take a look at this. National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. I like those. You got all kinds of colors in the raisins. I mean, is that a great graphic or what? So, Josh, we got to just post that straight to our socials so people can actually use that. And National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. National Cheesesteak Day. What's the problem? Like, they can't use Philly cheesesteak. Would that is that problematic in there? Cheesesteak, though, is what they call it online, right? So it's a National Cheesesteak Day. Can we get all three of these? Start with the cheese steak. Easy for me to say. Go to the chocolate-covered raisin, followed up with National Cocktail Day. Well, to me, isn't National Cocktail Day a day that ends in Y? That's the way I look at it, right? So, yesterday I got home from the office. It was a long day. What's the say hello to the bride and have a cocktail, right? That's just seems to me the way we roll, but let's celebrate the day. Love that idea. Take a look at what the markets are doing today. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 231. S&P 500 is up 39. NASDAQ up 126. Oil is down $3 a barrel. Gotta love the governor's got his newest, the latest scheme that he's up to. I'll walk on that one. Do we want to look at the gas prices? I don't know if we even want to look at, well, okay, I'll see if I can find out what gas prices are doing for us today, because we're going to chat about it anyway. So we'll look and see what the gas numbers look like. Where's our friends from Gas Buddy? I usually get their numbers or from AAA. I'll find it here while I continue to chat with you. The governor's idea now, not good for business and just doesn't make sense, but it is the governor and he's just trying to do something. Whether it's good or bad doesn't matter. It's just a matter of doing something, giving away more money. So the latest scheme is everybody that has a registered vehicle is going to get a $400 gift card, maxed out at $2 per person. Now, if you've got a business that has 7 or 8 vehicles, I guess the gas prices don't bother you. I don't. Why are they doing it this way? Well, it's pretty simple. I have to make sure. I have to look and see, but I think my car is hopefully one of them is registered to my wife, because we've got, we'll see. But if you have kids, you may not be getting the full value. Let's take a look at what gas prices are doing and why the governor is doing what he is doing. Our tremendous underwriter, Lori, $4.04 a gallon. Our production partner, Jody, great job for everyone that works with us. $4.67 a gallon. Josh is trying to catch California. $5.18 a gallon now, Josh. You're $5.18 a gallon. Holy cow. And in the formerly Golden State, we're at $5.88 a gallon. Los Angeles, I think, tipped the scale at $6.03 a gallon now. Average cost of a gallon of gasoline in Los Angeles, $6.03, where we're broadcasting right now in the secret headquarters of Ron Siegel Radio. $5.99 a gallon. $5.99 a gallon. By the time I come back to you next program, we'll probably be tipping that $6 a gallon here in California as well. But here's the issue. So why is the governor doing this the way he's doing it? Instead of just saying, let's get a tax holiday, which he could do pretty simply, and save everybody who's really paying the money. See, a lot of people who are getting this benefit aren't even paying for it, right? The person with an electric vehicle, if that electric vehicle is registered, you're going to get that benefit. Doesn't make any sense, but that's the way it works. But why? That's what we tell you right here on Ron Siegel Radio all the time. Why is it that we're looking at these things? Well, the issue here is who's giving away the most money. It's election season. So if you're looking at election season, well, you want to find out who is it that's giving you money. Governor says, well, I'll be the first to give you the most money. He's got the checkbook. So he's giving away that $400 check per vehicle. Now, I guess they're going to do it as a gift card. Think about that one. There's not going to be there's no reason to think that as a gift card that people are going to go steal mail out of your mailbox. Do you think that could happen? So it's our governor. I mean, what can I say? He's anything I say can and will be used against me for the rest of my life. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's just that little air of superiority.
It is what it is.
What it is. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, what can you expect from the spring housing market? We will tell you about that. We've got 11 ways to protect credit during the divorce. Protect your credit protect your credit score. I need some more coffee. Someone, please. And how do you decide which subscriptions to keep and which ones not to? All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. What's the Mortgage Minute today? Brought to you by, man, where is my mind today? Josh is going to have a lot of editing to do. Mortgage Minute today brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial when you're ready for that next home loan. Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. It's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Let's see what the markets are doing. And again, if you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv or any of our socials, we record in the morning. Go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and you can interact with us. They'll let you tell them that you want them to know you want us to know who they are. Dow Jones now up 224 points. NASDAQ is up 134 points. S&P 500 up 44 points. 10-year Treasuries up 1 basis point. Mortgage-backed securities giving back a little bit of what we gained yesterday, 17 basis points. But what does that mean when you're looking at an interest rate you can actually get? Because you know, as well as I do, that a lot of the advertising, a lot of the numbers that we see from various institutions, yes, they're accurate numbers, but they're not numbers that you can actually get anywhere. How do you get those numbers? Because they're dealing, and I just heard this morning. I haven't seen what the mortgage market survey is yet for today. I should look that up, and I will while I'm talking to you. But here's the issue: is the Freddie Mac, as I tell you all the time, comes up with their mortgage market survey every Thursday morning, and they report that to us. They tell us what interest rates are doing from their market survey. They do their market survey Monday through Wednesday of the current week, and then they report it to us on the Thursday morning, 7 a.m. That's how their schedule works. They report it Thursday morning, 7 a.m. every single week. So today they came out and said 4.42 is the interest rate of a 30-year fixed rate loan from their survey. Now, you know, if you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio on a regular basis, and you should be, that we actually tell you what loans locked at. So yes, Freddie Mac says 4.42, but yesterday loans actually locked at 4.61 was the 30-year interest rate. 4.61 is what loans actually locked at yesterday on that 30-year conforming loan. 15-year loans they locked yesterday at 3.74. 30-year jumbos 4.369, and 30-year FHA 4.671. Now, that's not me giving you a rate of what you can borrow at, because I don't know your situation. All I'm giving you is from the largest source, or the most I shouldn't say largest. I'm going to give it exactly as they put it. Most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry. calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. So that's what 35% of all transactions nationwide go through this system. And they give us these numbers every single day so that we can share those with you. Just a bit of now, if you knew where to get it, you can get all that data. But the question that I ask you is, why? Why is it happening? Well, here's the reason. Durable good orders, which reflects new orders placed with domestic manufacturers for delivery of factory hard goods, was released for the month of February. New orders decreased by 2.2%, which was worse than expectations of a 0.5% loss. Take out transportation, that decreased by 0.6%, which was worse than estimated of 0.5% gain. And core capital goods decreased by 0.3%, coming in below expectations of a 0.4%. Initial jobless claims measures individuals filing unemployment benefits for the very first time, was reported at 187,000 claims for last week. This represents a decrease of 28,000 from the previous revised report of 215,000 claims. It was below expectations of 212,000. Lowest number reported for initial claims since the summer of 1969. No, I am not going to sing the song for you. Thankfully, I'm sure there's a lot of people celebrating that I'm not going to sing that, but the lowest report since the summer of 1969. Continuing claims, those that continue to receive benefits after their initial claim, decreased 67,000 to 1.35 million. What else do we have? What else can I see that's going on in all these different numbers? So we've got a slide for that initial jobless claims. I think we'll share that one for you as well. Here's another one. Now, we've talked about this a little bit. KB Home, U.S. home builder, reported first quarter earnings yesterday, and their CEO said, quote, "Our biggest challenge today is completing homes, not selling them, as demand continues to be robust," unquote. They missed delivery figures because of ongoing major supply constraints. They cited flexible ductwork, stainless steel, double ovens, garage doors, windows, cabinets, and HVAC equipment, to name a few of the reasons they cannot deliver homes. This coincides with yesterday's new home sales report and the availability of inventory. 91% of homes they're citing as inventory are not started or under construction. Big takeaway from the KB Homes earnings call was that demand remains robust, even in the face of higher interest rates. So people out there still want the homes. And I just looked at a report. Josh and I were just looking at this before we went live this morning. In the zip code of 92807, average days on the market. This one is what really got me. Now, I don't know if you follow these things. From the time a home is listed until the time it goes into contract is what they call days on the market. (92807), the number is 3. That's just staggering to me. I just looked at the real-time market profile. Again, 92807, $1,094,000 median list price. New median price of new listings, $1,075,000. Price per square foot, $526 a square foot. Days, average days on market is 3. Prices decreased and not at all. Prices increased. Inventory, that's another good one. Single family homes, 18 homes for sale. And the median rent, 92807, $3,600. Just amazing when you look at some of these different statistics of what's going on in the marketplace right now. If you want to report for your zip code, just give us a message. I think all we have so far on our availability, all we've got the data for right now is for Orange County. We're getting Riverside. We'll get that added probably later today. But give us your zip code, rj@ronsiegelradio.com, rj@ronsiegelradio.com, and we'll send you a full report for your area. All you have to do is let us know what you're looking for in that arena. So it's some good information. And Who uses that information? Well, if you're thinking about buying a house, well, you might want to know that, because if you're thinking about making a lowball offer and you see that the average days on market is 3, yeah, lowball offers probably aren't going to cut it right now when there's only 18 homes for sale. You look at the number of homes for sale. Here's the issue. Days on market where we're seeing that 3 are all in homes priced at $1.8 million or more. Anything under $1.8 million, it's just a matter that they go on the market and they're sold immediately. Think about that. So don't go out there with trying a lowball offer. It's not going to work in this environment. I'm just throwing that out there, share that with you right now. It's you could try it, but you're not going to get anywhere, and you're going to build your own frustration. That's the whole issue right there. Is you're going to get really frustrated because you're going to go out there, you're going to make the offer, and not going to get accepted. Just throw that out there. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, what you can expect from the spring housing market, how to decide which subscription services to keep, and 11 easy ways to protect your credit score when getting a divorce. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. They've got some great information on that site, and we give it away to you free. Gift to you from Ron Siegel Radio. What's your home valued at? What's going on in the marketplace? Are you shopping for a home? Got it right on there. You can put in all your specifics. How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? What are the other demographic items that you want? Location. And we're going to send it to you with no advertising. What you can expect from the spring housing market is our subject today. As the spring housing market kicks off, you'll likely want to know what you can expect this season when it comes to buying or selling a house. While there are multiple factors causing some uncertainty, including the conflict overseas, rising inflation, and the first rate increase from the Federal Reserve in over 3 years, the housing market seems to be relatively immune. Here's a look at what experts say you can expect this spring. Number one, mortgage rates will climb. Freddie Mac reports the 30-year fixed mortgage rate has increased by more than a full point in the past 6 months. And despite some mild fluctuation in recent weeks, experts believe rates will continue to edge up over the next 90 days. As Freddie Mac says, quote, the Federal Reserve raising short-term rates and signaling further increases means mortgage rates should continue to rise over the course of the year, unquote. If you're a first-time buyer or a seller thinking of moving to a home that better fits your needs, realize that waiting will likely mean you'll pay a higher mortgage rate on your purchase, and that higher rate drives up your monthly payment and can really add up over the life of your loan. Number 2, housing inventory will increase. There may be some relief coming for buyers searching for a home to purchase. Realtor.com recently reported that the number of newly listed homes has grown for each of the last 2 months. Also, the National Association of Realtors, NAR, just announced the months of supply of inventory increased for the first time in 8 months. The inventory of existing homes usually grows every spring, and it seems based on recent activity, the next 90 days could bring more listings to the market. If you're a buyer who has been frustrated with the limited supply of homes available for sale, it looks like you could find some relief this spring. However, be prepared to act quickly if you find the right home. If you're a seller, listing now instead of waiting for this additional competition to hit the market does make sense. Your leverage in any negotiation during the sale will be impacted as additional homes come to market. Number 3, prices will rise. Prices are always determined by supply and demand. Though the number of homes entering the market is increasing, buyer demand remains very strong. As Realtor.com explains in their most recent housing report, quote, during the final 2 weeks of the month, more new sellers entered the market than during the same time last year. However, with 5.8 million new homes missing from the market and millions of millennials at first-time buying ages, housing supply faces a long road to catching up with demand, unquote. What does that mean for you? With the demand for housing still outpacing supply, home prices will continue to appreciate. Many experts believe the level of appreciation will decelerate from the high double-digit levels we've seen over the last 2 years. That means prices will continue to climb just at a more moderate pace. Most experts are predicting home prices will not depreciate. Won't increasing mortgage rates cause home prices to fall? While some people may believe a 1% increase in mortgage rates will impact demand so dramatically that home prices will have to fall, experts say otherwise. Doug Duncan, Senior Vice President and Chief Economist at Fannie Mae, says, quote, what I will caution against is making the inference that interest rates have a direct impact on house prices. That is not true, unquote. Freddie Mac studied the impact that mortgage rates increasing by at least 1% has had on home prices in the past. And if you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, you're seeing a chart right now. The impact of rising rates on home prices changes when mortgage rates increase by more than 1%. And you're going to see home prices increase every single time. That's historical, no guarantees for the future, but the chart does show mortgage rates jumped by at least 1% 6 times in the last 30 years. In each case, home values increased. So do you think it's going to happen again? Again, if you're a first-time buyer or a repeat buyer, waiting to buy likely means you'll pay more for a home later in the year as compared to its current value. Bottom line, there are 3 things that seem certain going into the spring housing market. Number 1, mortgage rates will continue to rise. Number 2, the selection of homes available for sale will modestly improve. And number 3, home prices will continue to appreciate just at a slightly slower pace. If you're thinking of buying, act now before mortgage rates and home prices increase further. If you're thinking of selling, your best bet may be to sell soon so you can beat the increasing competition that's about to come to market. That's the Real-Time Real Estate segment, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomedigest.com, rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com, and get that information that you want about your property. Better Outcomes segment today. 11 easy ways to protect a credit score when getting a divorce. Protecting your credit during and after divorce may be trickier than one thinks. Divorce can bring a lot of financial strain along with causing emotional problems. It can become challenging for you to manage your lending and finances after a divorce. This can make it even more difficult for you if, after your divorce, your credit gets hurt. How can divorce affect your credit? Losing one source of income can put you in a financial bind, leading to missing or late payments on loans, credit cards, or bills. Payment history is essential in determining your credit score, and missed or late payments can lower your score. During divorce proceedings, the judge can order one spouse to make payments for jointly owned debts. If that happens and your spouse fails to make a payment, it will have an impact on both your and former spouse's credit reports. Regardless of what is written in your divorce decree, the original loan or credit card arrangement remains in effect. After a divorce, how can you protect or rebuild your credit? Going through a divorce may be costly. The amount of income coming into the house reduces considerably, but the expenses remain static. A massive change that comes about in your financial life after a divorce. This may lead to debt problems, and you may desperately want to get out of debt. You may be encountering a steady fall in your standard of living and dealing with debt. This could hurt your credit score. Knowing your credit score and what is currently affecting it is the first step in protecting or restoring your credit after a divorce. The amount of debt and payment history are the two most important criteria influencing credit. Minimizing your liabilities and maintaining a positive payment history are the best things you can do for your credit during and after the divorce. Number one, so here's some information on how to maintain or increase your credit score following the divorce. Number one, adjust your lifestyle or live on a budget. You must adjust to a lower level of living, which may be the most challenging element for you because your house's total income has decreased. You'll need to live on less money. This may entail significant changes such as moving to a less costly location, lending, refinancing, selling your car, including reevaluating your spending patterns. You will suffer severely if you do not adhere to this, as you may not accomplish any financial goals in the future. Number two, closing joint accounts entails the following steps. Begin breaking financial links with your husband as soon as you understand divorce is on the horizon. Make a list of all jointly held accounts using current billing statements and your credit report. Then cancel them by phone and in writing, ordering creditors not to reopen them. Number three, check your credit score religiously. MyFICO.com is the source I use, myFICO.com. Obtain a credit report and thoroughly examine every credit card or loan item on it during the divorce procedures. It's possible that your spouse used a credit card in your name without your knowledge. The debt will have to be settled during the settlement. To prevent this problem entirely, it is recommended to close any joint credit card accounts before finalizing the divorce. This will help safeguard your credit score from the negative consequences of careless expenditure. Number four, obtain a credit card in your name. After a divorce, you'll have to adjust your lifestyle because you'll have only one source of income. If you're short on cash to pay your bills, electricity, or other household needs, a credit card in your name can be a lifesaver. The secret is to apply for a credit card while you are still married, so you may use your spouse's income to meet the credit card company's income standards. Of course, this would be credit card in your name, but the concept is that your spouse's income can be included in the household income portion. Number five, request a copy of your credit report and make any necessary changes. Everyone is entitled to get a free annual credit report under federal law. If you haven't already done so, go to annualcreditreport.com to get your free credit report. When obtaining your report, double check that all information is valid and up to date. If you find any inaccuracies, you should contact the credit reporting agency as soon as possible to get them corrected. Keep an eye out for symptoms of fraud or identity theft as well, rather than relying on spouse maintenance or child. Number six, remove your spouse as an authorized user on your credit cards. This will prevent your spouse from accruing a debt you will be liable for. Consult a lawyer before closing accounts if your spouse is financially dependent on you. Number seven, obtain sole ownership of the debts you're accountable for. Transferring credit card balances to another card and refinancing debts are two ways to accomplish this. Maintain at least minimum payments on accounts that can influence your credit while you or your spouse and your attorneys work out the details or wait for the court's final ruling. Number eight, Learn to manage your money. You must learn to manage your own money. If you're the type of lady or man who relies solely on her husband or wife for financial support, you're probably in a lot of trouble right now. Stick to a budget so you can keep track of your monthly income and expenses and see where your money is going. Keep track of your utility bills so you don't forget to pay them and end up paying late fees and penalties. Number 9, pay off debt and keep your balances low. Your credit utilization rate is one factor that can hurt your credit score. Working to pay down your credit card debt aggressively is another method to protect or improve your credit. You can consider payday loan relief to get out of high interest rate payday loan debt. Once it's paid off, try to keep your balance as low as possible. It is recommended that you should not utilize more than 30% of your credit limit. Number 10, make room for extra income. Even if you're employed, hunt for additional sources of income, especially if you have a child to support. You must endeavor to enhance your income resources so that you do not need to borrow money and be liable to repay with interest rates now that your husband or wife is no longer available to share your financial burden. Number 11, always pay your bills on time. Pay bills on time for a good credit score. If you and your ex-spouse had joint credit, be sure you know who is accountable for what so you don't fall behind on payments. Review your divorce paperwork if you're unsure. Both of you have gone through debt division as part of the divorce process, and your divorce order should spell out who is responsible for what. Your credit score will not be impacted directly by filing for divorce. You can get an indirect impact on your credit score by other methods. You may have purchased property together even if you don't have shared bank accounts. Knowing how your financial decisions in the past and the future post-divorce can affect your score is a critical first step in keeping your good credit or recovering from damaged credit. If you have questions about this, give us a call at 800-306-1990. We do have the Divorce Your Mortgage Workbook. That's mydymworkbook.com, mydymworkbook.com. That is the Better Outcome segment brought to you by mycdlp.com, mycdlp.com. And you are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, how to decide which subscription services to keep and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer, they've got the solutions for you. How to decide which subscriptions to keep is our subject today. With inflation on the rise, your paycheck is most likely getting gobbled up quicker as prices of everything from gas to food to the cost of shoes increase. To curb your expenses, so there's a bit more money freed up each month, considering cutting back on your subscription services. In 2021, consumers are spending on average $273 per month on subscription services. Ow! Makeup boxes, streaming services, meal delivery. Here's the kicker. Among consumers who participated in the survey, 100% of them were unaware of their actual spend. I'm not sure I know what my actual spend is on subscriptions either. I do look at the ones on Apple. I go to my phone and look at the Apple automatic subscriptions and see about what they're doing. Deciding which subscription service to keep involves a bit of awareness, work, and thought. Here's how to go about it in a relatively painless manner. Take inventory of your subscription services first. Figure out exactly what subscription services you already have. This might actually be a bit harder than it seems. That's because often we click the subscribe button only to forget we have a subscription to that service or product in the first place. The good news is that there are apps to help you keep track of your subscriptions. Truebill, Trim, and Bobby are a few of them. These apps either sync to your bank accounts to spot and track subscriptions, or you can manually enter your subscriptions. You can also tally up your subscriptions by looking at your bank account or credit card statements, or by looking at monthly transactions and combing through your purchases. Here are some subscriptions you might have. Food delivery, streaming movies, TV and music and gaming services. It's amazing right now how much of those are. Right, so I've got DirecTV, Netflix, Apple Plus, and I don't watch any of them. My wife watches. I have no clue. We might even have more than that. But there's a lot of those things, right? And I hear there's a Hulu out there and a Fubo, and I don't know. There's probably some other ones that I don't even know about. Magazine subscriptions, print and online. I don't even know if there's any magazine subscriptions that are print anymore. Gym or fitness, app subscriptions, productivity software, cloud storage, subscription boxes, subscriptions related to hobbies and interests, web hosting, They put web domains on here, Josh. Can you believe that they put that on this list? Not that we have too many of them, do we? Besides, what the subscription is, you'll want to note how much you're paying each month. If it's an annual fee, you can break it down to see how much it's costing you monthly. If it's set up for auto renewal, if you budget by category, label each subscription by the spending category it falls under: food, entertainment, fitness, all of that above. Find your cut number. After you've tallied all your current subscriptions, find out how much you need to cut back on. For instance, let's say you spend $300 a month on subscriptions, and because you like to, say, be more aggressive in paying off your student debt or like to get a save for summer travel, you want to bring that number down to $200 a month. Figuring out exactly how much you want to save on your subscriptions gives you a jumping off point, and you can quickly glance at how much each subscription is costing you to determine what you can potentially get rid of. Drop the ones you rarely use. The psychological pull of keeping subscriptions you rarely, if ever, use is, well, eventually use it. Yeah, maybe you're not going to eventually use it. For instance, it's nice to have a Netflix subscription, even though you haven't logged on to watch anything in the last 4 months. Maybe you've grown tired of those healthy salads from your weekly food delivery service. Yeah, I wouldn't even know about that. And they've been going bad in your fridge, or you've convinced yourself that you'll finally focus on your New Year's resolution and get yourself to the gym. Really?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Chances are, if you haven't used that subscription after a certain period of time, it's safe to cancel it. The beauty of most subscriptions is that you can pause or cancel at any time. So if you want to subscribe down the line, you always can. Look for redundancies. The easiest subscriptions to drop are the ones that are redundant and where you have several subscriptions that provide the same service or function. For instance, let's say you subscribe to 6 different media streaming services. While they don't have identical content libraries, which streaming services do you intend to use most? Then cancel subscriptions to the services and products that are redundant. Swap it, don't stop it. Before canceling a subscription, see if you can find a less expensive or even a free alternative. For instance, Canopy is a film streaming service that features classic cinema, independent films, and documentaries. Canopy has partnered with some libraries across the country to offer a free subscription for their library card-carrying members. Also, see if there are any promo codes, available discounts, or times of the year when there's a sale. For instance, some software service subscription companies offer deals during Black Friday, or you can snag a 2-month free if you hop on an annual pass. Consider the enjoyment and value factor, Big E on there. Here's my tip of the day for you from Ron Siegel Radio. Here's what I do. When I go and get a new subscription, unless it's like one of the Apple ones, where, I just pay for it through my phone and I can see it easily. My new subscriptions all go on my Cash App card. Cash App card. And I keep like a $1 balance on that card. So every time something goes through, I have to put more money on ahead of hitting the pay button. But if I forget to put money on there and it hits a renewal, it doesn't go through. I get a notice that says this subscription was declined. And then I can make a decision. Do I want to really keep that one or do I want to get rid of it? Those auto renewals will get you. So just Cash App card is a great one for that because you can turn that card on and off. It's on my phone. It's in my wallet. Just a simple solution for you from your friends at Ron Siegel Radio, and I love giving simple solutions. That's your Credit Matters segment brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. Hey, I'm going to give you this real quick because I want to. So here's the issue. We shared this on our social channels yesterday. We went really, really deep on how to pay off your home loan. In the case we used was, where is it? About 6.4 years. Wasn't an outrageously large loan, right? So this family, and I took their name off the example, but it's all a actual family scenario. They had one mortgage of $448,000, 3.5% interest, $27.36 a month was their payment. They had two car loans totaling $43,880, average 4.39% interest, $776 a month in payments. They had two credit cards totaling $26,585, 13.69, totaling $569 in payments. Their total payments came out to $4,083. 4.1 was their blended household interest rate. They made $12,448 a month. Again, they had their total payments, $4,082.79, $4,083. We just threw in other expenses for $5,000 a month. That seems kind of high to me, $1,250 a month for food and entertainment, electric, whatever. But it gave us a discretionary spending of $33.65 a month. By applying that in a very strategic manner, using the amortization tables in the most aggressive way and understanding the math, we're able to cut off $230,000 in interest. $230,000. It's actually $230,958 in interest. Cutting off 25.1 years of payments. 25.1 years of payments. Now, here's the beauty. The additional 25 years that we have on there and their payments, because they're going to be debt-free July of 2028 if they follow the plan. So what are they going to do with those extra $2,600 of those extra payment dollars? Well, if we just invested at 1%, which is crazy, our friend Todd Halterman can help do that in a heartbeat, but by 6 or 7x, that comes out to $2.6 million in their retirement account in 25 years, or in their investment account. $2.6 million. If you want more information on that, you want your custom scenario, rsrnodebt.com, rsrnodebt.com. And you can go in there, fill out your unique situation, your unique numbers, rsrnodebt.com, and we'll send you out we'll do a custom report for you. And as always, we ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
My boss just pushed me over the limit. I'd like to call him something